Out. Yeah, Janet, I always have to remind myself where it is because I'm not on here that often anymore. So it's like retrain the brain every time I log on.
Honestly,
So
when I
what?
teach, I forget sometimes too. My students have to remind me to record.
Well, welcome everybody. And today is the 17th of August, 2021. Once again, we are on the Lavenia Success Mastermind, and I am your facilitator, Ivié Barnabas. I know I haven't changed my name on the thing, but everybody should know who I am by now. Anybody watching us on YouTube, Facebook, hello, welcome. So if you're anything like me, when you watch stuff or when you see an advert, if the advert resonates with you, then you go away, you think about it, right? So a recent advert that I saw was a Toyota one. Right now, they're advertising their sponsorship for the Paralympics, yeah. And it's called Start Your Impossible. And basically, it just shows, you can be better than me. You can do more than I have done. You can be stronger than me. You can achieve more than I have. And then the tagline at the end says, you don't have to be amazing to start, but you have to start to be amazing. Now, the first time I saw the ad, I didn't see the start of it. So I didn't see, the Paralympians, running their races in their different sports categories and, coming best and winning gold, silver, whatever it was. I didn't see that bit. It was when I heard that phrase, you don't have to be amazing you don't have to be amazing to start. You have to start to be amazing. I don't know what I was doing, but I stopped in my tracks and I thought, say what, right? And I thought they were going to repeat that because I thought I was listening to a podcast or whatever. And then I realized it was an ad. And then the tagline at the end was like, start your impossible. Well, that was it. I was sold. I said, well, this is a topic for my next general session, right? So if I'm going to give this, as we do, a subject or heading or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be get on with it already, right? Get on with it already. It doesn't matter if you're scared, if the butterflies in your stomach are ready to push you over the edge, if you're not sleeping, not eating, if you're panicking, if you're not sure what the packaging is going to look like on your product, if you're not sure if your ad is going to resonate with your target audience, get on with it already, right? You don't have to be amazing to start. And as you start, you will become amazing. None of us are experts the first time we do something. A baby gets up, first is the crawl stage, and when they want to stand, how many times does that little one fall right back on their derriere, cute as they may be? But they don't sit down and decide they're never going to try again. They keep getting back up again, right? And they try and try and try. And at some times, it's 10 months they start walking, it's 11 months, others, it's 15 months or 18 months, right? But eventually, those babies end up walking. Now, they weren't perfect. They weren't amazing, cute and cuddly and gorgeous as they may be when they came out of mommy's tummy and they've been eating and crying their heads off and keeping you awake all night. They were not amazing walkers, right? They were not perfect when they took their first few steps. They faltered, they fell, they cried. Sometimes it was like real runny nose kind of cry, right? The one that they shrieked and you just couldn't calm them down. But guess what? They got back up on it, they got back up again. They got on with it. They didn't give up, right? But as they took those steps, they became amazing at it. And then guess what? They turned 2, they turned 3, and now you can't keep up with them. They are running you ragged. They're running around the house, everything you want to keep away from them. Somehow they find that secret place, right? You take them to the park, that's it, gone like a bullet. Pew! And you're like, wait for mom. You get to the road and you're like, stop on your scooter, don't cross the road. And you literally have to catch up with them, yank them by the collar almost before they ride into the road, right? But go back to those first few steps. They weren't amazing. They fell more times than we could count. But because they started and carried on with it, they became amazing, right? So we're not amazing when we start, but we have to start to become amazing, right? So I don't know what it is for you. And I'm going to give a few stories, and hopefully one of the stories will resonate with you, right? So Mandy's not on here today. I know she's on holiday in Cyprus. Lucky fish. Oh my God, I could trade places. But I mean, Mandy's one personal goal that I think we all know of, and I think Virginia also identifies with this, is she wants a significant other, right? So this story is along those lines, right? So here's a young lady who's been in a relationship. It's been on again, off again, on again, off again for the last 6 years, right? And finally, this guy writes her an email and says, you know what? It's not working for me. I think we should separate and stay apart, blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah. So basically, it's a breakup via email, right? Of course, she reads this and she cries her eyes out, right? And she's like bawling and going, oh my God. You know the story, girls, come on, then the tissues come out, you call the girlfriends, you're going, what's wrong with me? And then it takes one girlfriend who will tell you what it is to say, get over yourself. You guys were on again, off again, right? It's not like it was perfect. So fine, it didn't work out, but that was a potential outcome, right? When you go into something, it's that one, it's going to work. 2, it's not going to work. Or 3, you might be on again, off again, right? Like this 6-year stint, right? But those are possible solutions when you put yourself out there to be the other party in a relationship, right? But what's even more important, sometimes those best friends, those buddies, those trusted colleagues, right, are going to be the voice of reason. Because sometimes we're too close to the experience where we can't really see that it wasn't perfect. Because now we're looking with hindsight and we're remembering all the fun times and all the good stuff. And we're saying, oh my God, but I thought he was wonderful, but I thought he was perfect and everything was going on right. But we forget those few times where it wasn't so good, where maybe you weren't treated like the lady, the queen that you are, right? Maybe your birthday was forgotten. Maybe the anniversary didn't quite happen, whatever, right? There's always those moments that we conveniently forget when the breakup comes around, right? And we want to have that pity party at all costs, right? So this story, there's the one girlfriend who's like, you know what? I'm just going to tell you already. Now, I'm hoping that all of you can imagine what your worst case scenario would be equivalent to this. So this girlfriend comes up and goes, and I'm not going to say the person's name. I'm just going to say, so girlfriend says, do you want to be like K, right? So K being the letter for the person's name. Now I'm going to describe K. K was somebody who was in a relationship. When it ended, refused to accept that the relationship had ended, right? And kept calling everybody, all the friends they had in common to say, please, can you talk to so-and-so? She doesn't want to listen to me. She's broken up with me. And this girlfriend says to you, do you want to be like K? Because guess what? If somebody doesn't want to be with you, you can't make them be with you. If they don't value you, you can't make them value you. If they don't love you no more, you can't make them love you. It's like, say good riddance to bad rubbish. It's their loss and you keep on moving. But sometimes we're so close to the experience that we forget. And it takes that one friend, the voice of reason, to say, girlfriend, do you want to be like Kay? So I don't know if that story resonates with you, but say there's a product out there, right, that you put out, it flopped, and you tried a second time and it's flopped, and you tried a third time, and now you're like, do you even want to launch this, right? I don't know what your K is or who your K is, but think of that one scenario, that one person that you don't want to be like. So say you have a friend who maybe started a business 10 years ago, and for some reason that business went bust and they never tried again. And now they're in their twilight years, like, you know, all retired, and they still don't have that nest egg they always hope to have. They don't have that holiday house they thought they were going to have. Maybe that's the K that you can identify with. And if that's going to stop you, right, from giving up on yourself, then yeah, ask yourself, do I want to end up like K? Or do I want to be a K? So I don't know who the K or what the K is for you, but think of that K scenario, that K person, and remind yourself of what that K person is like, and promise yourself that you will not be a K, right? You will not count yourself out. You will not give up. You will keep going. That even though you haven't started, you'll take that step and you'll start. And if you have started, you won't give up halfway. That you'll carry on knowing that eventually you will be amazing, capital letters, right? So that's one story. Second story, I don't know if you're like me. When I wake up in the morning, the last thing on my mind is to get into gym gear and go for a run or lift dumbbells. Or I'm sure Suzanne does not even think about this. She's like, oh my God, alarm clock has gone. That's it. Gym time. She's like, oh my God, I'm va-va-voom. I'm ready to go. I am the exact opposite. That alarm goes off, I snooze, mate. I hit the snooze as many times as I can, because it is not my default mode to roll out of bed with a jump, get into my gear and get going. No. And so I tell myself, you know what? Yeah, I'll get going in a sec. And then of course the morning passes and my day has to start because work, right? So I have meetings and then I'll go at lunchtime. Lunchtime comes round and I'm like, it's 12, it's a bit cloudy out there, or the sun's not quite shining, or I really don't feel like a run. Maybe I should just stay indoors and do like a few dumbbell exercises. That will be more than enough, right? The more time I give myself, the more opportunity I have to talk myself out of getting going, right? And getting my workout done that day. So guess what I started doing now? I don't give myself time to think myself out of it. I say to myself, that's it. This is your workout time. Get up. That's it, right? So even though the alarm goes off, I am tempted to snooze it. I say to myself, hell no, we're not snoozing. Get off your backside. Get off your cute little derriere and get moving. Get on with it already, right? And so that's what I tell myself now. There's no snooze anymore, even though I'm not a morning person, whatever excuse it is I've ever come up with, I say to myself, that's it, you got to get it going. So sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's lunchtime, sometimes in the evening, but before that day ends, that workout gets done. But you know what I found? When I start, I don't feel amazing. But as I get going, it's like I get some kind of second wind. I don't know if it's the endorphins or what it is. I get really happy, right? And I have like great tunes that I run to and I walk fast to and I do my dumbbells to. Before I know it, I'm smiling and I'm pumping the air and I'm good. And I'm looking at myself thinking, who is this? Who's invaded Ivie's body? Oh my God, I don't recognize this person. But it took me starting and then I became amazing at it, right? But if I sat down and I said to myself, I don't feel like it, don't want to go, I would have talked myself out of it and I wouldn't have done anything. So I don't know if you're like me, get going. I promise you, as you get going, you start feeling better. You start feeling amazing. You start thinking clearer. And actually you start doing it faster. So if you put like an hour aside to get your workout done, you'd be like, oh, 45 minutes, I'm through the set, yay! And that's it, right? So you have 15 minutes to spare to go do something else that you probably would rather be doing than working out. But if I didn't start, I wouldn't have gotten in the zone. I wouldn't have got those 15 minutes back. So I don't know if that's the second story that resonates with you, but don't give yourself time to talk yourself out of doing what it is you should do, right? So remember, you don't have to be amazing to start, but you do have to start to be amazing. Any athlete, they will tell you this. The first time they went for their first lesson, they were rubbish, absolutely rubbish. Ask Michael Jordan, he probably missed more baskets than anything else. But guess what? He put the time in. He was on the court, he kept trying. From different positions on the court, kept trying. Put the practice time in. And who is he today? We know him as an all-time b-ball star, right? But it didn't happen overnight. He had to start to become amazing. So I don't know what it is for you. If it's your business, if it's Amazon, if it's Etsy, if it's your supplier, if it's the product, if it's the packaging, start already. And I promise you, you will become amazing. You will not be amazing on day one. Your first product may not be amazing, but guess what? Stick with it. Keep going. Don't give up on yourself and you will become amazing. For some of us, The first product, oh my God, it takes the market by storm. And we get all the money we ever wished. And every month the checks rolling in. But that doesn't happen for all of us. That's kind of like the exception to the rule. For some of us, we got to do like round 2, round 3, maybe second variation of the product is what we sell. We don't know. But until we start, amazing is impossible. Amazing is out there. It's a dream. It's not reality. So today, let us start our impossible. Whatever that means for you, get that trusted confidant, get that good buddy, get that alarm going, put your favorite jams on, whatever it is that will get you started. Start your impossible today. This is the 17th of August. It's not too late. 2021 is not over. There is still time to make your impossible possible, right? So what I'm saying to everybody is get on with it already. Nike said, just do it. Let's get off our cute derrieres and get moving, right? If you need to play, I like to move it. Whatever works for you, put it on and get moving. Like seriously, don't give yourself time to talk yourself out of it because the excuses will come. If you give yourself that time, the universe will throw you every support in the book that will reinforce what your mindset is. But if you switch it on its head and you go, you know what, I'm going to do this, the universe, funnily enough, will also cooperate with you, will send you reinforcements to get you going in the direction you want to go. So what I'm saying to everybody today is please, 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 let's get on with it. Let's start our impossible. I mean, let's look at all the names you've read about in all the books. Henry Ford, Colonel Saunders, they had failure over failure over failure, but they didn't stop. They kept going. And now we read about how their impossible became possible, how amazing they became, and the legacy they've left for those of us coming behind them. They weren't amazing when they started. In fact, some of them had next to nothing, right? They came from nowhere. They came from the wrong side of the tracks. So whatever it is that's stopping you from starting, oh, please, right? Let's get started already. Because you don't have to be amazing to start, but you have to start to be amazing. So that's what came up for me from a Toyota ad, everybody. Watching Paralympians, oh my goodness. I mean, I got all my limbs complete. What's my excuse? Let's make it happen. There's always going to be somebody worse off. There's always going to be somebody with more excuses. But on this platform, let's be achievers, right? Let's the people that tick our list as done. John's favorite 4-letter word, right? Don't wait till everything's perfectly placed and the stars are aligned and everything's just so and twee before you get started. Start already. While you start, as you get going, you will find amazing will come towards you. So I don't know if that resonates with anyone, but that's what was coming up for me today. And it just came from a Toyota ad. I just heard that and I stopped in my tracks and I thought, wow, slap in the face, Ivié, get moving, right? Don't hold yourself back. Don't count yourself out. Just keep going. And I mean, I look at myself today, I used to be a couch potato, like a professional couch potato. Now, if I don't get my run in every day, if I don't do my dumbbells, I'm not happy. I can actually feel my mood's not right. I'm irritable. I'm not as alert. I'm not as productive. But as soon as I have my run, it's like, oh my God, Duracell bunny. You can't stop me. It's like, va-va-voom, go, go, go. Like, what else can I do? I don't need sleep. I'm like, what's that? I don't even need food. What's that? But without my workout, oh my God, you haven't seen miserable. It's like, please. I'm short-tempered. I'm like, I don't want to know. So I don't know what it is. It's just resonating for you in this, but just let's get started, people. Let's be a family. Let's be a mastermind group that actually says and does what we say we're going to do. It's one thing to say it, it's quite another to do it. And we'll become masters of whatever it is we've chosen to do as we get going. That's the reality. If you're waiting to become perfect at something before you get started, before you launch that product, before you launch that business, news, flash, it's not going to happen. Just start. And as you get started, you will find the results you've always been looking for. So I'm going to stop there and I'm going to open it up and listen to what you guys have to say. Hi, John.
Hi,
Oh,
Ivie.
I
Can
haven't
I
seen you
can that?
forever.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. Can I can that and send that out? Because you know what? There's a lot of people that need to hear this, like right now. There are
Yeah.
so many people equivocating with life and success and being so damn meek. I'll tell you what, it said it's written that the meek will inherit the earth. Well, they're not going to inherit the earth if they're making the minimum payments on their credit card bills. It is time for people to like step up, right? Here's another quote from the Bible: "Let the weak say, I am strong," right? And then go friggin' be that. Don't just be there. Oh, look at me. I'm just a little mouse. I'll try, No, no. It's like stand up, friggin' do it. I get to deal every day, Ivié, every day. I get to deal with clients, people, customers who just can't make a friggin' decision. Oh my God, make a decision. And here's the thing: time kills all deals. Because you were talking about like we had some references to the 5-second rule and all this, right? Like just doing it and getting off of whatever your story is about it. And anybody in sales, the time kills all deals, right? So they have. I need to go have a think about it or something. You know what? Bullshit. I need to go talk myself out of it. There's the translation. Right? Whether we're talking about, advancing, typically, if we're talking about advancing in life. So here I am, inches away from turning onto the boulevard of success. And now let me go think about it, right? Like I have, like somehow my opinion is valid. I mean, after all, it's funny. People talk about like things like doing their due diligence, and I'm all for caution. I'm all for like making informed decisions and stuff. But holy crap, I've talked myself out of so many right decisions just because my best thinking, right? I need to go talk myself out of this. Anytime that I'm not applying that 5-second rule, like Mel Robbins talked about, I'm equivocating with myself. I'm rationing lies to myself. I'm having a conversation, which my best thinking only got me this far, but not further. So what the hell, like, what am I like going to figure out? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go invent some data that doesn't exist so that I can go be comfortable again. Right. And get in my own way again. Right. And then 5 years from now, I can wonder, why do I keep showing up at the scene of the crime? Right. Why me? Where's all the good opportunities? Right. I'll tell you what, we read Richest Man in Babylon. And there was that chapter in that book for you guys who read the book with us. Meet the goddess of good luck. Anybody remember that chapter? And how does the goddess of good luck smile upon you? How do you woo the goddess of good luck? You seize opportunity, right? That whole chapter was just about procrastination and how the goddess doesn't wait for you. Like, here it is. And like, all right, it's gone. Right. So like, there's no mystery here. I think so many people talk themselves out of exactly the right move. Let's go talk myself out of it. I'm just kind of swimming in this right now because I've got this project I'm working on, and there are so many indecisive people and they don't see it. It's right in their face, right? And I can talk to them blue in the face, but it's not, some people it just doesn't get through. Some people it does. And so that's who you're talking to here. So thank you, Ivie, because it certainly got through to me. And I needed the reminder. My goodness, did I need to hear this today. And you got crippled people like winning awards and stuff and physical. Yeah. Can I get a copy of that? Is that on YouTube or something? I want to see that.
Yes, it is. A Toyota, ad. Start Your Impossible ad. Yeah, it is on YouTube. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have that conversation with some people today. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, John. I mean, John just reminded me of something. So, I gave the story about if you're in a relationship and then it doesn't quite go well. Well, the 5-second rule, take time, mourn the loss, the end of a chapter, blah, blah, blah. But don't camp there. Definitely don't build a house or a castle there. Like, process it, take the learning and move on, get back out there again. Otherwise, you're not going to get what you want, right? You're still going to be in pity party Vale, and that's going to be your destination, right? So you got to be in it to get what you want. You got to be in it to win it, whatever resonates with you. You got to put yourself out there. If you're going to hide away because the last relationship didn't work, well, guess what? This time next year, you'll still be on your own single, right? So just like John was saying, don't talk yourself out of it. Take the learning, but get back on, right? Just don't count yourself out. Even when you learn to ride a horse, you might fall off, right? But if you don't get back on the horse, that's it. You'll never be a rider. so it just boils down to how badly do you want what you want, right? So thank you so much, John. Oh, it's so good to see
real
you.
quick, if I could get your advice on this,
Yeah.
is it one of these? Is it this or this? Do any of these look familiar?
Tell me. Do you want to share your screen and I'll?
Yeah, can you see it?
Not yet.
Looks like you're frozen. Can you guys see my screen? Edward, Stefan? Yes.
Okay, I can see your screen now. Yeah. I can see
Okay.
your screen now.
Is it one of these?
Yeah, it's a Start Your Impossible, the second one.
Second one? Thank
Yeah,
you.
That's it. Cool. Thanks, John. Stefan, you have your hand up. Over to you.
Hey guys, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Doing well. I really enjoyed this one because it's kind of like what's happening right now in a way. Like all winter long, I just sat being afraid of what to do and where to do it and what I wanted, and kind of like I would literally get to the door and be afraid, like not afraid, but I would talk myself out of it. Like you said, I gave myself time to talk myself out of what I wanted to do. And I do that a lot in a lot of different things, especially on mundane tasks. And the mundane tasks are the ones that, unfortunately, are the ones that get the business to go forward, like, follow up, scheduling, things like that. And if I put it off, I often in the past have forgotten. And I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, it is what it is. But I've started to really try to follow up with people within the next, by the same day or the day after. And also with the podcast, I've been talking about doing that for years. And after having John on the other day, taking the advice and then getting some advice from Adrian as well, and some other people, I decided to put in a couple little changes. And yesterday was the first time I did an episode where I didn't feel terrified going up. So that was nice. And I'm not a shy person. I don't really get stage fright, but I want it to be good. So each time I get up, I'm very, very nervous, and it finally felt like it was going smoothly. So I want to keep going with it because this weekend I got hired to cover an event. It was a 3-day birthday celebration for some mega rich family. I have no idea who they are. But basically it was at some meditation retreat center, and they had performances from different musicians, poets, and a sound healing expert that all came in. And so I spoke to each and every one of them, got contact information, and I'm going to be trying to get them on the podcast.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's the way to start. Just get going. Sometimes butterflies in the stomach are not bad. Sometimes feeling like puking is not bad. Just put it out there. Right? It works, it doesn't work, there'll be learning to be had. Next time round, you can tweak it, make it better, but at least get something out there. So you know that you've left the starting blocks, right? You started, right? That's what counts. As you go along, as you master it, you can always get better. You then gain the perfection, the amazing, all of that stuff. But initially, we're not going to get it 100% right, which is why don't wait till it's perfectly perfect before it's done. Otherwise, this time next year, you'll still be waiting for it to be perfectly perfect. So good on you for getting the podcast done. Awesome.
Thank you.
Edward, always so good to hear from you. Over to you, bro.
You are on fire. I want to tell you, you are.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, it just really ministered to me today. Let me tell you what I struggle with. What I struggle with is not taking action. What I struggle with is the results of the action, because you apply and you reach out and you take action and you be positive, but the result is not there. And then you keep on going, and you keep beating your head against whatever it is. And it's what do I need to do? What do I need to tweak? So you go and you get coaching, you get information, and it just seems like it just doesn't fit for some reason. So, this whole topic is fantastic. But like I said, I need to get past the not the action, but the result. Because the action, you take the action and you take it over and over and over, and the result that you get is not quite what you want. You have a smidgen of the result that you want, but not the full result. And and I've been working on this project I'm talking about since the pandemic. So that's where I am. And like I said, I really took a bunch of notes on what you said, and I'm all about acting as if but the objective is to not act as if, but make it real. And maybe some sort of perspective you guys may have on that could possibly enlighten what I'm doing. So I thank you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Edward, for sharing that. As you were talking, I could just hear John's voice in my head, and he's dropped off. I think he's had to probably dash off to another meeting. But there's something John always says. He says, you know what? Every day I'm selling, I'm pitching, I'm talking to clients. And you know what? If they don't bite, if they don't sign on the dotted lines, I don't have the problem. They have the problem. Because clearly they don't want the solution to the problem they clearly have. So it ain't me that has the problem, it's them. And with that posture, he goes right on to the next person on his list. And he says to himself, maybe this person will actually want their problem solved. And so he goes in with that posture and he says, you know what? I have identified you have a problem. And guess what? I have the exact solution you need. And he carries on with his pitch with the right posture. And once again, if that person doesn't bite, he goes on to the next person on the list. But guess what? Because he goes in with that posture, he gets more results that he wants than results he doesn't want. And that is something I picked up from John. His posture is amazing. He actually says to himself, the problem's not with me, it's with you, mate. You clearly don't want your problem solved, so fine. Keep in that, pity party, keep whining and moaning about the problem. I'll just go to someone who actually wants the problem solved. And he moves on. And he doesn't think twice about it. He doesn't sweat over it. It doesn't depress him. It doesn't darken his day. It doesn't dampen his mood. He's on to the next person. Because that's the way he approaches each client. He says, you have a problem, I can solve it. Do you want it solved? And if they go, oh, I need to think about it, clearly they're enjoying the problem too much. They've set up camp, they've built house, and that's just comfortable now, and they don't really want it solved. So even though they say they want it solved, they don't really want it solved. And so he leaves them still with the problem and moves on to the next person on his list. And that's something from John Lavenia. So, hey. You're welcome, Edward. Mandy, oh my God, you're with us from holiday? Talk about die hard, woman. Oh, man. Congratulations to James for his awesome results. And well done for making your holiday. Hi. Oh my God. So good to see you.
Hello. Well, I had to be your show, didn't I? I jumped on as soon as I mentioned Success in your show. Your last one that you did, it was like, are we going to get yes, we made it. We took one challenge at a time, one challenge and one day at a time, and we got through all of them, which has been fantastic. Cool. Well and it's done. So lovely. We're 2 hours ahead of the UK, so we're probably about 10 hours ahead of the States at the moment. So we're just getting ready for dinner. It's 8 o'clock out here, so it's starting to get dark. Okay. But I wanted to jump on. I totally agree with I used to have that when you get dressed up and you put your kit on and you get ready and you first thing in the morning, and the first thing you do is your exercise. If you make sure the exercise is the first thing you do, then you do it. But if you don't, and you go and do something else, then you don't get the exercise done. I found I was doing both of them. But when I knew like Jay Wicks was on at 9 a.m. and you had to do it at 9 a.m., I was there at 9 a.m. ready to do it. And then he stopped all of that. So now I'm doing an app. But I said to myself today, I have got to do that while I'm here. So it's trying to get to do it. It's only 15 minutes, and it's just a certain part of the body that I'm targeting. And it's like, just get on and do it. And one of the things that it keeps, when you were saying that thing about, I think you don't need to be amazing to start. You just need to start to be amazing. I love that. I think that's really good. But something else always comes to mind, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen the film Alice in Wonderland. It was Alice in Wonderland, but it was with the guy that's a famous one that used to play the Captain Sparrow in Johnny Depp. Thank you, James. Johnny Depp. And she said, you have to do 6 impossible things before breakfast. And it was just something that sort of, one of them was killing a Jabberwocky, but she had to do, and that was it. She was going through 6 impossible things before breakfast. I'm not saying we should all do that, but it was just something that can ring with you. And also, I think that one of the things I've learned from reading all the books is that none of this is supposed to be easy, and it certainly isn't easy. And success isn't supposed to be easy, as you've said. And Edward, just keep going, just keep doing it. As you put the actions in, just keep doing it, and it will come. And you could be 3 feet from the goal. Don't just keep doing it. Last week, the whole week, so I was missing the early hours yesterday. So it was something that Chandra Sumter was doing, but it was a really good 5-day thing about blind spots. And we've all got some blind spots, that things we can't see. It's just that, just keep going. If you think something's there, if you think something's not working, try something else. I've spent my whole time this last year looking at what I'm doing, looking at myself. Why am I keep getting in my way? Why do I keep doing that? And trying to find a way to get out of my way. And I'm still working on it. But let's hope we can soon. So here's from Cyprus. Thank you. Love your hair, by the way.
Thank you so much, Mandy, for joining us all the way from Cyprus.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just so grateful for that reminder. None of us should stop 3 feet from gold, because if we give up on ourselves, we might just be so close to what it is we want to achieve. So please, nobody give up. If you need us to cheer you on, to pull you over the finish line, we will happily do so. But please don't count yourself out. Don't give up too soon, please. Janet, your hand's up. Over to you.
It does seem to be there, yes. I have to, you girls are on fire. I love you. I love you all. Mandy, love your pictures from Cyprus. So I had to laugh because I'm writing down, taking notes here. And Mandy said Alice in Wonderland. And I did see that, but I wrote down Alice in Wonderful. Where's my head? But that's kind of cool, I thought. So I had to share it.
Nice one. And you will get your wonderful, Janet. You will get your wonderful. So it's all good.
I am working on it. This really is, this is so great. Ivié, you're always so great.
Oh, thank you, Janet.
I thank you. It's just so true. I think I start, but it's keeping the momentum going is the harder thing for me. And so it's just, one foot in front of the other, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Janet. You're welcome. Does anybody else want to weigh in? Otherwise, I can give you 20 minutes back and Mandy can go have dinner. Yeah, everyone okay? Okay, all right. Well, there's nothing else on the calendar for today. So I guess we'll see everybody again tomorrow for a general session. And then it's Adrian Garner with Life and Business Tools later on tomorrow night as well. But today you got evening free. So let's go out and make it a good one. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Bye.